Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
We are here to break down and discuss The Expanse Season 3, Episode 2, entitled IFF. We've got a new character. We've got Pastor Anna is now on board. I'm excited about her.
Me too. I mean, anyone who's been watching this knows I'm a huge fan of Lost, so I'm always excited to see more Lost actors coming onto the show. And for me, I particularly like Elizabeth Mitchell. I really like the character of Juliet. I know not everyone did on Lost, but I was a fan, so I'm excited to see her.
I feel like the casting directors for like almost every drama out there, they're always like, can we get someone from Lost? Let's just throw someone from Lost on this show because it feels like these people have a lot of good staying power.
Iconic show.
Yeah, a number of different things. I'm excited to talk about Anna. We also have the big meeting at the end of this episode. The group is finally coming together, though I'm sure Christian would probably prefer to be like a little more potentially alive for it.
Yeah. I don't think she's dead. She better not be dead. Oh my god.
No, I think she's hanging on for dear life. I mean, we are also people who still believe that Miller may be out there, so
Proto Miller.
We're definitely not giving up hope for Christian right now.
No, not yet.
All right, before we talk about anything else in this episode, if you like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates that we've got coming your way. Mm-hmm. I guess let's start, though. I mean, we have to sort of just dive into the ending. Because I imagine if I was watching this live, my first reaction would have just been to, like, scream at the television for, like, 2 minutes straight. Because it's like, these people, they've been on the same show. They haven't gotten to work together for, like, the entirety of it.
Yeah, it's very exciting to see Christian moving in with this group. It's not something that I was 100% sure would happen, but the timing of it makes a lot of sense right now.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of like when Peter Dinklage got like his first scene with Emilia Clarke on Game of Thrones, and it was just like, yes, favorites coming together.
Yes.
And I think this is going to be interesting, but I mean, obviously, circumstances for Christian aren't exactly great. I mean, for one...
Well, circumstances for everyone on the roster ain't great either. Everyone's kind of on the run a little bit. Everybody's after everybody, so it's good timing that everybody's coming together right now.
Yeah, I mean, for starters, Christian and Bobby, they have lost the C in their ABC at the moment.
At the moment.
He may still be out there.
Yeah, I know that they're kind of thinking that he's probably dead. I don't want to think that. I don't want to think Miller is also dead, so we have that.
Well, on my list of characters who may still be alive, I will give you like a tiny advantage over Miller.
Yes, I feel that he got in some sort of a burner ship and he's out there somewhere.
Yes, I think there's still hope for that, but obviously, yeah, Bobby and Christian can't really think that way. They spend their little time on their own personal burner ship, trying to find a way to make it through.
What a ship, holy...
Yeah, this was quite a journey. Which, by the way, this felt like Christian was on like the worst amusement park ride ever.
I felt that I was right there with her. It was really crazy.
Yeah. This is like one of those sort of things where you think it's really cool, and then you get on it and you want to throw up. Except in her case, she just almost died.
Yeah.
This is a rough time for Christian, but I don't think she's dead. I think the most important thing here is that Bobby. She was able to establish some sort of hope for the two of them, and they got a little bit of communication out there, a distress call.
Yeah, were you surprised that they made this choice, that Prax made the choice? He was the deciding vote, daughter or people we don't know. And he decided the people we don't know.
I think this speaks a lot to, okay, I'm going to start my guy, Prax. Prax, you're now my guy. Congratulations. I am all in on you putting your little plants all over the ship. You are the human element of this show. You will probably die because I have now cursed you by calling you my guy. But Prax, this is what Prax does. He thinks about other people. He's caring, he's heartfelt, he wants to save his daughter. I think that's very much clear, but I also think that he doesn't want other people to suffer and feel the same sort of feelings that he is.
So, it was also interesting to see him have that conversation where he kind of laid out that he's, I think after seeing Proto Man on the outside of the ship, that the idea of finding his daughter too late and she's already been transformed into something else that is not his daughter, I think is so heartbreaking for him that that it's holding him back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it might...
I think he wants to find her, but having that I can't imagine losing my child to something like this, and the idea that when I find them that they've been turned into some sort of weapon or some sort of monster or some sort of whatever is going on with them.
You might be onto something here, that maybe Brax's decision-making was based in part on fear, just as much as it was, desire to help these other people. He's afraid of what he's going to find.
I would have that fear.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also a situation where these people are out there in space, maybe it would take a little bit longer to get to Io in the first place, and they're just sort of like, okay, well, we'll make this decision. I mean, it is sort of interesting, though, seeing how everyone else and the crew kind of felt about all of this, because, they all kind of have their own philosophies on what they should be doing right now, which I think is kind of fun.
It's fun, but it also kind of sucks that our team is so kind of splintered right now.
Yeah, we've got
Naomi really just splintered everybody off at the moment.
Yeah, we've got Team Tycho, we've got Team Io, and we've got Team Help These People, even though you don't know what you're gonna find and you're out there doing a distress call. It could be like, what if Proto Man knew how to give a distress call and you guys were just going to your doom?
It's true, but at the same time, Alex, again, is the voice of reason in some ways, where he was basically like, okay, we've helped the Belters, we've helped these guys, but we get a call in from someone who's from Mars, and so sorry for your luck. We're just going to leave them out there.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, Martians deserve a little bit of love too, Alex. I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, the problem, of course, is you didn't know if there were going to be combative Martians or anything else, but I think it's good for the crew.
It's true, but he's also Martian, so he'd be able to talk to them a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they weren't like, sorry, bro, and just left them out there.
Yeah, I think it's for the good of the Expanse that we continue to see these characters help other people, because I like to think that if we were on the ship that we would make this decision too, even if we were afraid of what we were going to find. Not that I'm suggesting any space crews out there hire us to get on board their ship. I don't know how good we would be at other tasks. But, it is a good setup for what's obviously going to be awesome coming up. I mean, we could make this argument that, yes, it is incredibly convenient that Christian and Bobby just so happen to be in the same tiny spot of space.
It's true, but I'm going to let that go and just be all right with seeing all these outlaws all together, working together, possibly.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it shakes out.
I will tell you my fear. Like, midway through this episode, I was really afraid that it was like they were setting up a solution where they were all going to get together, and then they were going to be like, nope, and then it wasn't going to happen. And I would have been so angry on this video.
Yeah, I agree. There are some people I want to see meet.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have a chance to see that. We really didn't get to see a proper meeting here. We just saw Bobby just, like, carrying in Christian.
Yeah, which is making me super excited for the next episode. I really want to see Bobby talking to them, Christian when she's back with us again.
Yeah.
Talking to everyone. It's gonna be very interesting to see it all play out. Very different personalities here, so...
I've been thinking a lot about which interaction I'm looking forward to the most, but this is a little bit maybe off the map. I want to see the Christian-Alex scene and kind of get the sense of what these two, which are from different planets, have different military experience, have different government experience, and yet both of them are somewhat, not in full lockstep with the rest of what their planets are doing. So could they come together and be BFFs, or could they be worst enemies?
It's true. I'm actually very interested to see Naomi with Christian.
Yeah.
Because the Belters are very disenfranchised and have been sort of sorry for your luck, left to the dust, that kind of thing. So I'm very excited to see how that works out, especially for someone like Christian who may not have that much experience talking to people who are from the Belt, and to meet somebody like Naomi who is compassionate. I know she hid the protomolecule, but that doesn't take away from the fact that she is compassionate, and she's just compassionate in general and kind and caring and wants to do the right thing. And I feel like that would be almost like the experience where we saw Bobby walking through the streets of Earth and learning that Earthers are not her enemy and that they are also people and with the same sort of struggles. Well, not exactly the same, but everybody's got their struggles.
Yes.
Everybody's people.
Speaking of struggles, though, I'm betting under 10 minutes in the next episode before Amos and Bobby get into a fight.
I would love to see how that fight would go down. It would be very interesting to see him get his butt whooped.
Yeah, and I feel like Bobby would whoop Amos.
It would be, I feel like she probably would. And it would be really interesting to see that happen because I don't know if him as an adult has had his butt whooped by anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
we haven't really seen it, so it would be very interesting to see if that's how it shook out.
What should just be where they end up like being BFFs and they're just like eating space popcorn and just like chilling and there's no fighting whatsoever, and I look very silly for even suggesting it. But anyway, let's go over now to the introduction of Anna, and it's interesting. I feel like a lot of shows, whether they're set in space or set in some sort of like weird post-apocalyptic world, they all love to have like this preacher character.
Absolutely.
Father Gabriel,
yes,
a shepherd book. There's a lot of different examples you could sort of throw out there. But what's your first impression of Anna as a character?
It's hard to gauge at this point. She's obviously very compassionate, helping out the protesters. She's very... not sure that she wants to help out Earth's government right now. Just feel it's hard to place. We haven't seen really enough about her to really know where she's going to land in this. She has decided to help. Of course, it's coming at a cost, and they have to help her. I'm just not really sure where she's going to end up in this yet.
I'm not really sure in terms of her alignment, her motivations, anything in that degree. I mean, I am excited in the context of seeing someone who has strong religious beliefs exist in this world where there's so much technology and advancement to use.
Yeah, because mostly we've seen the Mormons, but we haven't really seen a lot of them. We saw that they had their ship that got poached, and then we saw them saw one having a conversation with Miller, and we really haven't had a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, it just, like, there's a character in Mass Effect Andromeda to use my, I think I have, like, a standard contract requirement of one Mass Effect reference per every few videos, but, like, Suvi on that game, I feel like it's really underserved, but I was really interested in her, because here's a, person who believes in religion in this sort of crazy environment, and I think Anna kind of can fill a similar sort of role in reconciling faith versus science, but
I'm just hoping that's not going to turn into a Father Gabriel situation for all of you out there who do watch The Walking Dead. I remember when that character was going to be coming on The Walking Dead, how excited I was to have that idea of the dead is walking and we have somebody who is so religious in this world, how that was going to shape them, change them, all this sort of cool stuff, and that character never really materialized for me. He has moments, but it just wasn't, I think, what I wanted to see. I'm hoping that will be a little bit different this time around, because it does always seem when you have something that's either an unexplained or science related, and then you bring in religion or someone like a priest or a preacher or someone like that it never really fulfills what I'm looking for. But I have faith because it's Juliet.
Well,
it's Lost. It's bringing in things that I love so much, and everybody else who's on this show from Lost has brought it. Aaron Wright.
Well, I think this is the thing. I don't think you cast Elizabeth Mitchell if you don't have a pretty good role for her. So I think it's going to be a good role.
Well, yeah, for sure. The role of Juliet was really complex, and I know that a lot of people really didn't like her because you didn't really know where that character stood. You didn't know where she landed, and you weren't sure. And she was very situational. It really depended on what was going on, where she was playing, what team she was going to be playing for. And I like actors that can play that kind of character because it's very difficult. So I'm really excited to see her on the show. I was, all smiles when I saw her appear.
And it seems like her role is sort of almost like a speechwriter / advisor in some ways to our Secretary General friend here. I believe his name's Gillis, who is just really, but he's used her in the sort of like wartime ways before to sort of justify his means, and doesn't seem like she's fully about that life.
Yeah, I'm curious to know a little more backstory of whatever friendship or whatever it was, whatever their connection is. I'm very curious to learn a little bit more about that background. It was just such a tiny slice.
Yeah, and speaking of tiny slices, not a lot of Aaron Wright in this episode, but just enough to remind us of how terrible this guy is.
Yes, he is.
I feel like this is our daily segment now, and let's check in on what horrible thing Aaron Wright is doing now. And he is just like Mr. Pound the Table shouting war at the top of his lungs.
He wanted a war. It is happening.
Yeah, it is happening. It is not good. I don't know how you can sort of make this happen and do something different. But it's like, it's an interesting show where you have a guy nicknamed the Butcher, who I feel like is somehow less of a war hawk than Aaron Wright.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this will be heading, but I'm excited to have Anna on the show. I think she's a different dimension for The Expanse.
Yep.
We have one little other story to get to in this video, and that is what's going on Io right now.
Yep.
Where we have May. I mean, the good news is...
And May's friend with the glowing blue arm? Oh, that can't be good.
Okay, here's my tinfoil hat for the day.
Here comes your superpowers.
The superpowers are coming, people.
Yeah. I thought you were crazy, and here I am eating crow. Superpowers are coming. So now... Proto Miller. Just say it. Put it into the universe. Let's manifest it. Bring me back, Miller.
The expression here in the Kingdom of the Blind, the one-eyed man is king. Mm-hmm. I only have one good eye. Therefore, this may be... I think really it's just a situation where I don't know how these abilities or whatever else is going to happen with this blue arm thing are going to manifest themselves.
No, but clearly he was able to control it to some degree to be like, hey, you want to see something? Pull it up and... So there is some sort of controlling of this thing through the kids.
Okay, here's a crazy theory.
All right.
Is this kid a plant? Like, did Strickland sort of be like, hey kid, you want to go win May over? Gets on our side.
There was a moment that I actually thought that was what was happening. But because she... called him over and was like, hey, how you doing? I'm assuming that they're friends, and that's a little too conspiracy for me, but...
Hey, there's nothing too crazy for this show. But no, you're probably right, but maybe this will be what helps May and get her through everything. I mean, it seems like they have a very specific purpose for these kids from Ganymede at the moment, that they can use them within the protomolecule experiments.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll get what they want out of them. But hopefully, we'll see our little crew here get there in time in order to help her. But
yeah,
time will tell. But I mean, here's the selfish thing. I want Prax to stay on the ship because he's my guy.
I want to see him stay on the ship too. When they had all those screwdrivers and drills and everything flying around, it's like, here we go again. This is another shed. They're just going to kill all their medical team. Every time they get somebody else coming on this ship, that's it.
And I don't want... Prax needs to keep his head, but I mean, I want May to be okay as well, but I also kind of know, if Prax ends up saving May, then they're probably going to go off the ship because it doesn't feel like this is a good environment to have a kid on full time. It's just me.
Maybe it's a really good environment because it's a bit of a family and there's nowhere really for Prax to go right now. Everything is in war, so...
I don't know.
With this team...
It's Uncle Amos. What is he doing? He's punching someone in the face. I have questions.
Okay, maybe she can hang out with Alex a little more and learn how to drive the ship, make some lasagna.
Yeah. I mean...
and stay away from that part.
Okay, maybe that'll be what happens. But anyway, we'll conclude this video for Season 3, Episode 2. We want to know from you guys, what did you think about it when you first saw it? Be sure to share in the comments, and if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the Carter Matt store, and we'll see you here next time.